Hi everyone, my name's Megan Brown and I'm an educator here at the Bruce Museum. And I'm excited today to bring to you our program Digital Bruce Beginnings, a program for children 3 to 5 years old and their caregivers. Today's program theme is all about blubber and animals that have it. We will explore animals with blubber through cold weather, talking about it, reading a book about penguins, and then doing some imaginative play and hands-on activities that you can do to stretch your mind and your imagination. I hope you enjoyed today's program. Let's get started. Today I want to talk to you guys about blubber and some of the animals that have blubber. So what is blubber? Blubber is a layer of fat underneath the skin of animals such as whales, seal, and other sea mammals. Humans don't have blubber, but we often wear coats in the winter that are filled with down material, which similarly keeps us warm and gives us protection, unlike other normal coats. Humans don't have blubber, but we often wear coats in the winter that are filled with a down material that keep us quite warm and give us a warming protective layer, unlike normal coats we might wear in the fall. And while I just mentioned some large and specifically water animals that have blubber, I thought it would be nice to talk about some other animals that have blubber that you might be familiar with. This includes penguins, polar bears, walruses, sea lions, and whales. So why do you think these animals have blubber? Well, one big reason is where they all live. You can find penguins, polar bears, walruses, sea lions, and whales in places that are cold and have cold weather and are Arctic or in Arctic regions. All these animals also swim or go into the water around them where they live, which is quite colder than even outside. Water in the Arctic regions can be as cold as 28.8 degrees Fahrenheit, which is close to near freezing. So when it snows, remember how cold that is? It's even colder under the water. Blubber helps to keep these animals warm by giving them a layer of protection from the cold, like our coats that provide us with warmth and protection during the winter season. However, blubber looks a little different than our coats. Blubber is solid underneath animal skin, like I mentioned earlier, and it helps keep animals warm from the cold. Some of these animals also have fur, and that helps to keep them warm, like polar bears. But the blubber is important because it helps those animals survive those icy cold waters. And another fun fact about blubber is it helps many of these animals be buoyant, or to be able to float and swim in water. So today I wanted to focus on penguins and their blubber. So spend some time with your adult looking up some information about penguins. How does blubber help penguins? Do they use blubber to help them swim at all, or do penguins not swim? Pause this video and discuss with your adult some of the facts you learn about penguins and blubber and how it helps them where they live. I will see you back here in just a minute. Now that we've spent some time learning about penguins with our adults and how blubber helps them, I thought it would be really nice to read a book about penguins and their life in the Arctic to help us further learn more about why blubber is so important to penguins and where they live and why it helps them survive. So I thought it would be nice to read Penguins Don't Wear Sweaters by Marikka, Tamura, illustrated by Daniel Rieley. Penguins on ice. Do they look like they're about to swim? Let's see what happens. Penguins in the sea. Penguins love the sea. Gliding with the fish, slipping fast away from seals. It looks like they do love to swim. Remember how blubber is important for icy waters? So important. Happy in the dark blue water, soft feathers wiffle with the wind, black and white, orange feet against the sky. Penguins huddling, cuddling, waddling. Penguins doing penguin things, diving deep. Look at that cold environment they live in. It's really important to stay warm for them. But what is this? Something is floating in the water. I wonder what it could be. Dark, gooey, oily slick. Across the surface of the water, oil pools and inky puddles. Penguins can't live in this. It coats around their bodies with goo. It makes sleek feathers stay sticky and wet. It smells and tastes funny, not nice like fish, not good like salt and sun. Oh no. Definitely not blubber. Help, penguins can't swim in this. Can't swim, can't fish, can't soak up the sun. Now what? Big boots are coming, many boots, big boots by the water's edge, looking at the greasy water, at the cold, greasy penguins. Oh no. Penguins need sweaters, big boots yell. Sweaters might keep round bodies safe and warm. Sweaters might help keep penguins the way penguins need to be. Do we think the penguins need sweater? Or do they have blubber that will help keep them warm? Let's find out. Big boots everywhere knit sweaters. They hurry, knit, and send them to the poor oily penguins. Looks like he's sending those sweaters to the Antarctic. But we know that penguins don't need sweaters. But penguins don't wear sweaters. Only now they do. Big boots bring sweaters, all kinds. Orange like penguins' feet, yellow like the sun, blue like the sky. Some are knit in straight, even rows, other are more wobbly. Look at you, penguin, wearing a sweater. Do we think the penguins like wearing sweaters? Probably not. Sweaters cover black and white suits. Sweaters are warm as the sun. Almost. A little itchy though. See, sometimes penguins do wear sweaters. They pose for pictures because big boots went to all that trouble. When the camera goes away, penguins slip out of their sweater, and helpful hands and soapy suds wash away the oil and goo. And then the coast is clear, penguins return. They dive deep down again, happy to be penguins doing penguin things. And they look just fine and warm with their blubber. The end. Wasn't that a silly book about penguins? While we got to see the penguins in their habitat, they got to put sweaters on them, and they don't need that like we saw in the book. So spend some time with your adult talking about things that keep you warm in the winter. Unlike penguins, we need to wear other things to keep warm, like sweaters. Discuss with your adult what you might need to wear to stay warm on a really cold day, how it's different than blubber, but similar to keeping us warm. Pause this video and discuss with your adult, and I will see you back here in just a minute. Now that we've had some time to explore all the wonderful things about winter, particularly about blubber and animals, specifically penguins, how about you and your adult try some activities that will get you outside and enjoying everything the season has to offer, specifically with keeping warm. For your first activity, using some of that information you just discussed with your adult, dress yourself accordingly for the weather, particularly for a cold, snowy day. Put on everything you would need to stay warm, just like penguins in that cold water. Or if you're going outside to do something fun like sledding or ice skating or building snowmen. Think about the things you would need to stay warm. Would you wear a jacket that has down in it? Would you wear a scarf around your neck? And a hat on your head to keep you warm, and gloves? Talk about those things, pull them out, and get dressed and get ready for the day. Another activity you can do is to pretend to be like a penguin. So remember how the penguins were able to swim and catch different fish under the water, and they waddled about throughout their space in the Antarctic? Pretend to be a penguin and keep warm and move around and do some of the activities they might do. It might be fun to feel like a penguin and understand how Blubber might help them. Thank you for joining me for Digital Bruce Beginnings. If you would like to share anything you've made from watching these videos, please share it on social media, but make sure to ask for your adult's permission first. And if you would like to share it on social media, we just ask that you use the hashtag #BruceMuseum. For more digital content from the Bruce Museum, please visit www.brucemuseum.org. Bye, friends.